Hello and welcome to QuizFireTrivia, once again bringing you the best questions on YouTube. Now today we've got 40 history questions for you, so if you don't do well in this, then you're just doomed to repeat it. So you have 10 seconds per question. Let's get started. The Peloponnesian War was fought between which two ancient Greek city-states? Athens and Sparta. Which historical figure was nicknamed Madame Deficit due to her perceived extensive spending? Marie Antoinette. When did the USSR dissolve? December 1991. Since 1945, British tanks have been equipped with a device called a boiling vessel. What is it used for? Making tea. Alexander Fleming made what revolutionary discovery in 1928? Penicillin. The House of Orange-Nassau is the reigning royal house of which country? The Netherlands. Who assumed the presidency following the death of Franklin D. Roosevelt in 1945? Harry S. Truman. The network of medieval trade routes connecting China to the West was known as what? The Silk Road. What was the code name for the Allied invasion of Nazi-occupied Western Europe, beginning on D-Day? Operation Overlord. Which 19th century figure would you associate with Mary Ann Nichols and Mary Jane Kelly? Jack the Ripper. Which Holy Roman Empire kingdom was later a province of the Austrian Empire and today a major part of the Czech Republic? Bohemia. Who followed Neil Armstrong to be the second man to walk on the moon in 1969? Buzz Aldrin. What 19th century military conflict broke out between China and Britain, triggered by the smuggling of a certain commodity? The Opium Wars. During World War I, the movement of soldiers contributed to the global spread of which pandemic? The Spanish flu. What was the relationship between King Richard the Lionheart and his successor, King John? Brothers. In 1944, Iceland became a fully independent republic from which Scandinavian country? Denmark. What was the world's first 24-hour cable news network, launched in 1980? CNN. In the 1600s, what was New York City called for about 40 years? New Amsterdam. Who conquered the Persian Empire in 330 BC? Alexander the Great. In what year were women first allowed to vote in a UK general election? (1918). The Battle of the Alamo was a conflict between Mexico and Texas. What was the name of the Mongol dynasty in China? The Yuan dynasty. In what year was the euro first introduced as physical currency? (2002). In World War I, was Russia an allied power or a central power? They were an allied power. Who was the sixth and final wife of King Henry VIII? Catherine Parr. In the 19th century, Europeans desired which luxury commodity from Africa, mainly used for making piano keys and billiard balls? Ivory. Where did the Great Fire of London start in 1666? In a bakery near Pudding Lane. Which foundational document was signed in 1215, limiting the power of the English monarchy and laying groundwork for modern democracy? The Magna Carta. Which event symbolises the end of the Cold War? The fall of the Berlin Wall. The Renaissance was followed by which 18th century cultural movement, characterised by artistic grandeur and elaborate detail? Baroque. Which empire would you associate with Suleiman the Magnificent? The Ottoman Empire. Emperor Shah Jahan commissioned which landmark in memory of his favourite wife? The Taj Mahal. Who ascended to the throne after Elizabeth I, marking the start of the Stuart era in England? James I. In what famous room was the Treaty of Versailles signed? The Hall of Mirrors. Which major ancient civilization spanned primarily over modern-day Iraq? Mesopotamia. Who were the first recorded Europeans to arrive in Australia in 1606? The Dutch. In US history, how many presidents have been formally impeached? Three. Who was the first woman to win a Nobel Prize for her pioneering research in radioactivity? Marie Curie. The South African election of Nelson Mandela put an end to a system of racial discrimination known as what? Apartheid. The origin of paper money can be traced back to which country? China. And that's our quiz. Give us a like if you enjoyed these questions and let us know in the comments which topics you'd like to see a quiz on. We have new general knowledge and specialist quizzes out every week, and if you've not done with quizzes just yet, check out some of the other great videos on our channel. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more of the best questions on YouTube.